Today, I have the pleasure of having as a guest Professor Maria Elena Bottazzi, connected with us from Houston, where she teaches at Baylor College of Medicine and where she has developed an inexpensive anti-COVID vaccine to produce on a large scale because it does not require cutting-edge technologies and above all, it's not protected by any patent. Welcome to Medica TV.
Thank you, Irma. It's a real great pleasure to be with you.
What about your vaccine? How it works?
So our vaccine is based on a pretty conventional technology. It's a protein-based vaccine. It's a protein that we use the yeast system to produce in the laboratory. It's produced synthetically, a little bit vegan because it doesn't contain any animal-derived products to produce. And the yeast is a wonderful producer. It can make millions of doses of these proteins. And then proteins, what happens to them is that when you use them as vaccines, they have the capacity of activating your immune system, producing antibodies, activating your cellular responses. So we have been using them for years. For example, the hepatitis B vaccine is a protein-based vaccine. So it mimics, a technology that's been in use for many years.
Thank you. And the good stuff is that is a low-cost vaccine to be useful in poor countries like Africa and South America. And also you decided to not protect it with any patent. Why?
That's correct. I mean, first of all, we didn't patent it because we felt the urgency that, this technology and it's not only the starter kit, which is the yeast that we made in our labs, but also the procedures to make the protein from this yeast should be open access. Everything is published. And more important is because we wanted to enable producers in these low middle income countries, which already have the capability of making yeast express proteins and have an ecosystem of vaccine production already established, would be able to really adopt it, produce it at large scales, and make it affordable and, more importantly, accessible to the regions and the low middle income countries around the world.
Very, very important, very important. Last question, is your vaccine effective? Is low cost, but it is effective against the old variant?
So absolutely. So one of the partnerships that we have, and the first that of course received authorization, was with Biological E, and they of course produce Corbevax. They tested Corbevax in a couple of phase 3 trials on the basis of immunological bridging to establish if it has the potential of producing neutralizing antibodies against Beta, Delta, and the original Wuhan strain. And we saw
Omicron. Not yet, Omicron.
Not yet. We're waiting on the results for Omicron. That's correct. But the clinical trial was, of course, done, prior to Omicron, unfortunately. But we saw greater than 80% efficacy neutralizing the Delta and Beta virus, and greater than 90% efficacy neutralizing the original Wuhan viral strain. So we're very optimistic. More importantly, it showed also that it was very safe. And we're looking forward to, seeing, the vaccine deployed in India upon its authorization, and that it enters the global space after the company continues working with the agencies such as the World Health Organization.
Thanks. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.